Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm joined by Instructor Ryan Rodriguez.
Hello.
Hi. We are going to cover the 3 basic principles of Hapkido today. Let's do this.
Let's get to it.
So the first principle we're going to cover is hua, or harmony. So in this principle, I'm accepting the opponent's energy. Okay, a lot of times the person attacking will be bigger or stronger than the person defending. We kind of work off of that principle. So Mr. Rodriguez is pretty strong, okay? So I don't want to try to stop his energy because that's way too much energy on me. So what we do is harmonize with that person to keep that energy going. Essentially let them throw themselves. So as an example, if he is to throw a right punch towards me, instead of doing this nice hard block and trying to stop it force on force, that's a lot of energy on my part, and whoever's the strongest here is gonna win. So what we do instead is as he's coming in, I'll feel his energy and I'll keep it going. Okay. If his flow is already going this direction, I don't need to stop that flow. I'm better off keeping it going. Now, obviously, we would not stop there. That's not the full technique, but that's just so you guys can see the flow of something. So we'll do it again really, really slowly so you can see. So here it is just a little bit closer. Okay, he's gonna punch slowly. I'm not hard blocking because if I'm not strong enough, then I'm not gonna win. I'm accepting his energy is moving this direction. I'm accepting that energy and I'm gonna let it keep going. Okay? To demonstrate this, we're gonna show you guys a technique. Now this is not a be-all end-all technique, it's simply a demonstration of hua. They're gonna do a right punch. Rather than stopping the punch, I don't wanna do that. Okay, that's a lot of force on me. Rather than stopping that, his energy is wanting to go that way, I will let him. So if he punches, he's wanting to go that way. There's no reason for me to stop that. So for this technique, they're gonna do a right punch. We do a circular block. Come in, 1, 2, and 3. So all I did was I blocked, I grabbed, okay? In the street, you can grab whatever you can get a hold of, whether it be a jacket, a t-shirt, a piece of clothing. All the work is not done here, it's done with my hips. So as I'm coming in, I step right, step back left, and I dip and I go. Everything is done with the hips. Now in order to use hua, I can't break it up, okay? So I can't go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it takes somebody who's been training a long time and able to teach to stop every technique and make it work. Okay, the whole point of hua is continuation of energy. If I stop that kinetic energy, I no longer have it, right? It becomes potential. So then I'm having to restart kinetic potential, kinetic potential. We don't need all that. So instead of doing those slow motion techniques, I'm gonna let his flow throw him. I'm not gonna have to throw him, he's gonna throw him. So if you notice, as he's coming in, I'm not stopping that flow. He's already moving that direction. So there's no reason for me to stop him. He's gonna throw himself. One more time. So the next principle is the principle of one. Okay, this means circular motion. So the whole idea is as he's opposing me with a linear force, I'm gonna deflect that and react with that using a circular force. Okay, so how we do that in Hapkido is in Hapkido, we typically do not use hard blocking, right? So I talked about that in the first principle. If he was to punch, I'm not going to block hard because then I'm not accepting that energy. Okay? So with the second principle, the principle of circular motion, I'm going to respond to a linear force using a circle. So what that means is instead of doing hard blocking, we usually do circular blocking. We'll move our hands in a circular motion because then we can come back with something else, okay? It's very, very smooth. It's very smooth. I'm accepting his energy coming forward. I'm always assuming that he's stronger, okay? So to demonstrate this, he's gonna do a right punch. Now, in most schools, you learn to block with the lead hand first, okay? Some schools, you learn to block with the rear hand as well. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to use the rear hand, okay? So I'm still going to do that circular block, okay? A while ago, he did a punch, and I blocked this way. I'm still going to take him the same direction, but with my back hand. So he can punch really, really hard, and it doesn't matter. Because I'm not trying to stop his force, I'm just moving his force. So as he's coming in, all I did was accept it in a circular motion and kept it going, okay? So as he comes in, I'm blocking with the right. Left hand is gonna come into the armpit on the inside of the bicep and the tricep, right here. It's gonna come here and I'm gonna step really wide and in a circle with my right leg. So there's several circles happening here. There's the initial circle of the block. There's a circle happening with his arm, as well as a circle happening with my right leg. In Korean, everything revolves around the number 3. And a lot of times in Korean martial arts, we find that a lot of things are broken down into 3 different steps, right? It's like the throw that we did in the first principle. 1, 2, 3. And this one, 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of things that seem to come in 3s in the Korean martial art, okay? So as he punches, 1, 2, 3. Now there's a lot of different places that you could come from this position, okay? That's not the point here. The point is to show you the circular motion. So instead of stopping his force and keeping it linear, I'm allowing his body to keep going. If he wants to do all the work for me, why would I stop it? One more time. Okay, now your steps are very, very important here, like I said a while ago. It's all about keeping your center strong. So the last principle is called U, and this stands for water. Okay, this is probably one of the most famous Hapkido principles. The whole idea is that if you ever see a mountain stream, okay, or a river, as it's flowing through and it's hitting the rock, it never tries to oppose the rock, okay? It will always go around it. It has a couple different ways of reacting to its environment. Sometimes it will either crash into the rock and beat the rock down over time, and it can also go around the rock to keep the motion going, okay? So it's kind of a way of connecting the other 2 principles of Hua and Wan together, forming them together in order to unify them into the water principle, okay? So I'm going to be using circular motion, okay, and I'm also going to harmonize with his body to do that. As he is coming in with a punch, rather than punching it, I'm going to use that circular motion and I'm going to go in the same direction that he is. So the very beginning of it is I'm going to accept it in my circular block. He's wanting to move that direction with his punch, so I'm going to continue that forward. Okay, so I'm not trying to stop him. I'm going to keep him going. Now, we said that water can either go around something, so I went around his punch, or it can crash into something. The final stage of this technique is the crash, okay? I'm accepting that power coming in, and then I'm crashing back the other direction. But I never stop. It's not 1, 2, they're not 2 separate pieces, I'm combining them together. So this is the technique. So I'm not stopping his motion. I'm accepting the motion coming in that's harmonizing. I'm circling, and then I'm applying the water principle to his motion. I'm crashing. So to give you guys a close-up of that final piece, after I've caught his punch, I'm rotating, I'm externally rotating. Okay, in medical terms, we call this supination. Okay, think of holding a bowl of soup. I'm bringing it into supination. I'm shortening his flexors and I'm extending out the extensors. Okay, so flexion, extension. I brought him in this way and I'm rotating it outward. I'm going into supination. Now in Hapkido, we use what's called the key finger. That'll be a whole separate video, but this increases your grip strength, okay? As I accept it, I'm pointing the direction he's going, and my two thumbs are on the back of the hand on the sides of these knuckles. So if you see the hand, this knuckle is where you're gonna find the pain and the pressure. So if I push down here, I never get that force. Okay, his body's not reacting. If I go to the fingers, that's like the really awkward handshake with the fingers. You have nothing there. But right here is the sweet spot on the hand, okay? So as I accept it, and I go into supination, I'm pushing on this fourth knuckle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, the ring finger. I'm pushing more pressure on there than I am the any other ones, right? Because it is all about this pressure here, not here, but this one. That's where his body reacts more. So as I'm accepting it, out. And I'm still pointing back towards him. Once again, I am harmonizing with him. I'm also applying that circular motion. And the final principle is the throw, the crash. So that was the 3 principles of Hapkido, Wan, Hua, and Yu. On my last video, I got some really, really good feedback from several people. Thank you so much for actually watching the video and being a part of what I've got going on. I'm brand new at doing this channel, and I'm so thankful for everybody who's been a part of it so far. If you like this content and you want to see more, please like and subscribe to the channel. Just smash that like button. And I just thank you so much for all of your support. It's been awesome so far, and I look forward to the journey. Thank you to Instructor Ryan Rodriguez for being my Uki today and joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
It's nice to toss him around as always.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys so much. And listen, if you want to see any more content or have any more videos you'd like to see, or even a further breakdown of the 3 concepts, please comment below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out. Yeah. Thanks and have a wonderful day.
Farewell.
Man, what you mean you? You mean me? You? You? Him? You?
What?
Me? Juan? What? Which one? Okay, so that was... I said it again. Okay.
No, wait. Your whole head's
Yeah.
framed.
So that was the 3 principles of Hapkido. Juan, Hua, and Yu. Not me, you.
You had
Oh
to throw it
man,
in
I
there.
did. I couldn't help it. Okay.